Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Arkham Horror Mother's Embrace. As always, I am your homie Davvon, and with the introductions out of the way, let's play. Right back into it. Now, in the last episode, we did escape.
His name may pop up more than once, but I can't imagine this Alphonse Lanouille will prove helpful to your investigation. If you insist on seeking him out, you can find his shop in the French Quarter.
Now, in the last episode, we did escape from the Algidi Horde. We shot a lot of bad guys, cultists, and we did meet a demon goat. Yes, that's right. We met a demon goat in the last episode. Now we're gonna figure out who the hell this mysterious Alphonse Lanouille is. So we're gonna go to the peculiar Monsieur Lanouille. And we're going to bring, as always, our Mr. Jazz, jazz musician. And we are going to bring a Roland Banks. I have an issue where when I get that early character out, I keep bringing that early character. I get used to using the same characters, the routine as it were. We are ready to launch the scenario. So I pretty much gathered that every time we go out on a mission that we're going to get a third new party member to add to our squad of investigators. Sure device, you never know in advance with which mythos event the great old ones have prepared for you. I think to this point, the fact that I've used the same exact jazz player from the very beginning of the game to this point and only have one trauma, not paying any attention to my sanity, as it were, I think we're doing pretty good to this point. I think we're actually doing pretty good.
You're wasting time pursuing this Lanouille character. He's untrustworthy at best, an outright liar at worst. If nothing else, New Orleans is a beautiful city to visit. You never know what you'll find around the next corner. Of course, not everything one finds here is a pleasant surprise. I hope nothing tragic befalls you on these unfamiliar streets.
Voodoo dolls.
Finally, we're in the French Quarter, and there's Jackson Square up ahead.
Oh, I probably gotta press
if
F.
Rex is telling us the truth, we'll find Alphonse Lanouille's shop on a back street nearby.
I still think this Lanouille is not to be trusted.
Hey, we're not starting as a prisoner to a bunch of angry cultists this time. We're actually starting on the streets. I think we are in New Orleans, Louisiana. Is there a hot sauce shop nearby? The number one question is there a hot sauce shop nearby? Now, one complaint I do have to make. Citizen of New Orleans, my friend Jules was out fishing the bayou when he came up upon an old house. He reckoned it was abandoned, but then he saw a light inside. Well, old Jules just had to take a look, didn't he? What did he see inside? Some sort of monster, I suppose, but I couldn't get him to say more than that. One thing I do have a complaint about on this game. Okay, so I do plan on doing a review. I need to go back and do a review on the life and suffering of Sir Brent, and I will be doing a post-playthrough review of this, and I think that's going to become a thing for the channel. Davvon reviews. We will be doing 5 reasons to buy a game and try a game, 5 reasons not to. And I think we'll be starting that with Sir Brent, and we'll move it on to this one. I have 2 major complaints about this game. One of them is more of a personal preference, is that the graphic quality on this is not great. Doesn't stop a game from being good. I can look past that, not a big deal. Just isn't that great. But I like the art styles and the cutscenes. The second thing is that I do not like how much filler fluff dialogue things there are to read. Idle hands and the devil's playthings, you know, better get to work. Hey, listen, I am talking to my viewers right now. Relax. Now, what I mean by that is in the last episode, I ended up recording about an hour-long video, and I had planned on keeping these to about a half-hour increments to make it more manageable for me as an editor. There was so much just walking around reading random stuff that was just fluff filler stuff that had nothing to do with the story. It sets a mood, I get it. It sets an atmosphere, but at some point there's way too much random, like for example, that citizen there. There's way too much random dialogue, random notes lying around that take up a lot of time reading. Now, if I was playing this without recording it might not be that big of a deal. I could just skim through it fast and go. But after a while, it's just like, can we get on with the game? That is probably my #1 critique of this game to this point. Other than that, it's been pretty fun. Knowledge, search. The nearby bush might conceal something interesting. You might find it if you poked around. We will manipulate. I made a mistake. Another mistake. We have touched it. The other one, okay, I have another mistake. Why are there shotgun shells hidden in a plant in the middle of the street of New Orleans? Explain this to me. Explain this to me. What logic is that? Oh my gosh. The scent of fresh coffee fills the cozy cafe. It would be nice to return here under more pleasant circumstances. Shotgun shells in the plant in the middle of New Orleans street. Let's go over here and see what's over here. Can I get some of these baked goods? A street cart full of wine, cheese, and cakes stands unguarded on the street. Digging through the baubles might turn up something interesting. I am stealing a pocket watch off of a unguarded cart on the streets of New Orleans. No big deal. No big deal. We're going to go ahead and use this right now, because if we don't, we are going to get a trauma, or we're going to actually have to do a sanity check. I have to remind myself that it's not actually a trauma that we get when the Mythos clock fills. It is just a sanity check. So it's not the end of the world as I treat it. The music is jamming though. The Herd of Algedi must have some high standards for membership. They rejected me even though I have studied the night skies for 12 years. I wonder what their special requirements are. So everybody just knows about the Herd of Algedi in the middle of New Orleans, apparently. Everybody's applying to be an evil cultist now. Here for the Mardi Gras celebration, the parade comes right along the street. I hear the floats are really something this year. A new crew called the Herd of Algedi spent a lot of money on theirs. Wait. Are they going to enter the parade and turn the entire onlooking mass, the entire crowd, the citizens, the revelry, everything? Are they going to turn it into a bunch of goat people? That would be awesome. Citizen New Orleans, what was she thinking? My youngest, Mildred, wanted to run off to play with her friends in the bayou. Well, you can be sure I forbade it. No child of mine is going out there. Not with a witch, just waiting to snatch her up. That was another thing we stumbled across in the past playthrough, in the past part of this, part 5. There's some talk about a witch existing in the bayou. Among the rubbish, you spot something notable inside the trash can. You have found a new item, barbed wire. Wrap a little barbed wire around your fists and your punches will leave more than a bruise. I don't think any of my guys use a fist, so I'm not gonna pick that up. We're pretty well dependent upon guns at this point. Let's go into the shop here, or not. A storefront, a backstreet grocery store full of shoppers sniffing and squeezing produce before making their selections. Yeah, hard pass on that one, Chief. Hard pass on that one, Chief. I mean, the cart was unguarded. Why don't we just break? Wait, is that blood on the ground? Or are those petals? I think those are flower petals. Citizen of New Orleans, did you hear the Herd of Algedi is making another float for the Mardi Gras parade this year? I don't know how they'll top last year's. When the balloon exploded, we all thought it was an accident, but then stars flew everywhere. Amazing! Absolutely freaking amazing, dude! What do we got over here? A poster, a hand-drawn poster of a young woman is pasted to the brick wall. The notice says she's been missing for a month. That's no good. That's sad. A poster in bold letters over a vaguely squirming green and black background. The poster reads Mythos. You don't recognize that as a brand name, but you can't shake the feeling that the word has some connection to recent strange events in your life. I don't know, trauma, Mythos clock. Might be a connection there, but not 100%. Hello? Hello? Don't mind us, we're just stealing stuff off unguarded carts. Like this bandage that I don't want. I didn't even bother reading it. We're just moving on. Citizen of New Orleans. I heard the mayor owes this Herd of Algedi a special favor after they helped him with a so-called medical problem. Okay, that's good to know. So the mayor's in with the Herd of Algedi. He is an IOU. Citizen of New Orleans. Yes, I've heard the rumors about the witch house, says the man. They say it lies far out in the bayou where it stood abandoned for ages. I hear tell there's an old lady there now weaving magic. If you get too close, you could hear the screams of the victims she sacrifices. That's creepy. So I'm waiting for the aesthetic or the atmosphere where we go into the bayou and it's just creepy, bone-chilling, goosebump raising, spine tingling screams. A street cart full of wine, cheese, and cake stands unguarded on the street. Digging through the baubles might turn up something interesting. There's a lady right next to us. It's not exactly unguarded, but you know, when in New Orleans, might as well. Let's examine. Nope, empty. Hey, we have, hey, 2 shotguns. What do? I get rid of the cleaver, right? I think that's the play, is to get rid of the cleaver. We'll swap them out. So we both have shotguns, we both have pistols. We still have a cleaver on the jazz player. Peering into the mailbox, you see a big box inside. The odor of fresh baked cookies wafts over you, reminding you of your grandmother's baking. I'm kind of hungry for a chocolate chip cookie right about now. I can't be the only person out there that eats all the cookie dough before he actually makes the cookies, am I? A little table is full of items. Perhaps searching them will turn up one that's useful. We don't need filthy bandages. I feel like finding filthy bandages on random tables in the street of New Orleans is not sanitary, and we should hard pass on those. You look kind of nervous. After my friend David joined the herd of Algini last year, he began acting all high and mighty. He's too good to speak to me anymore. Well, he's a cunt. Excuse my language, but that's what he is. The newspaper article reads, police investigating disappearance of Miss Elizabeth Cartwright. Anyone with information as to her whereabouts are to contact the police. Police discourage further reports of a bayou witch. So maybe Elizabeth Cartwright is the person we're going to meet up and join our party. Either that or Alphonse Lanouille might be the dude that joins. Now here again comes the complaint I brought up at the beginning of the video. We have done nothing but talk to citizens. We have not actually progressed, in my mind, the story to this point. And it just feels slow paced. It's like, can we get into the nitty gritty of what is supposed to be going on here? Something interesting lies atop the table. You have found a new item, Radithor. Some might call it quackery, but others swear by the cure all rat. Removes random condition. Radithor, I have yet to use it. It's just, in the grand scheme of things, it's just not useful for me at this point. A fresh wooden crate, it's sealed tight. You'll need something to open it if you want to look inside. So let's just break it. Shake it. Move it. Break it. Shake it. Move it. 5 bandages now. Okay, so we have bandages. Can we proceed to the actual story of the game? I see that Speaksy is still open for business. Honestly, what point of having a prohibition law if I completely missed what the rest of she said? Door to a Speaksy. You catch a brief glimpse of a long bar and a dozen cozy tables, all set with glasses of liqueur. A whiff of booze drifts out onto the sidewalk, and you realize the Speaksy isn't even trying to disguise its business. The police in this district must be well bribed. Corrupt officials, go figure. Now, honestly, I would like to progress the story at this point. Less citizen talking and dirty ooh, shotgun shells, I take that back. Random crate full of shotgun shells. I do appreciate you supplying me with the goods. Now, where's the story at? Let's go this way. Is there a map? Must not be. We must find Lanouille's shop. Again, shift is not sprint, spacebar is to sprint. Hello! Beggar, can you spare a dime? A grubby vagrant approaches, hand held out hopefully. I would give you a dime, but apparently that is not an option. Hello, are you Alphonse Lanouille? I can spell the filthy gutters. Oh, music. Old Maggie June tells me Miss Cartwright from 2 streets down the way hasn't been seen for a month or longer. Some of them that's been out to the bayou since then say the witch dragged her out there by the hair and has boiled her up for some gumbo. Okay. Gumbo person stew. Person gumbo stew? Old Maggie is now gumbo stew. Hey, can I steal this car? A car. The car is the latest, most fashionable model available. You can't help pausing to admire the sight of it. I would like to admire the next portion of the game. Let us find Bourbon Street. So we are right back where we started. Is there any shotgun shells in this mailbox? The scent of fresh coffee fills the cozy cafe. It would be nice to return here under more pleasant. What? This is a mailbox. What does it got to do with the cozy cafe? I'm so confused. All right, so we've talked to all of you. We are now speed walking as fast as we can, looking for this man's shop. Alphonse Lanouille, could you do me a massive favor and show yourself? Okay, so we've done all that. Let us go back down the alleyway here. This is the missing persons poster, something about a Mythos watch. Is this his shop right here? Did I miss this the first time through, or did I? Okay.
An old voodoo shop. This must be the place.
Called it! Can't have New Orleans without a voodoo shop.
Door's locked. Mr. Lanui, we've come to talk to you.
Hey, get away from my shop. Hey, you won't trick me that easily, you bloody-handed assassins.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I am a jazz musician with only about 12 dozen cultist kills and a goat god death to my name. I am not an assassin. I'm just a cold-blooded killer.
What? We're not.
The nerve of some
I
people.
warned you he's untrustworthy.
Mr. Lanui, we're just here to talk.
Miss Lenui.
Leave at once before I call the police.
He sounds upset. Maybe one of his neighbors can help us talk to him.
Do I really have to go through and find the neighbor that will let me talk to him? Wait, how about this person over here? Was this the thing before? Hello? Lanui? I haven't seen him in a while. I see his friends lately always taking notes. I wonder what he's writing. So I need to find somebody that's taking notes. Hello? Oh, yeah, he's taking notes too. You spy an old man of distinctly Cajun appearance. He greets you with a broad smile. What brings you to La Ville Aristide this sunny day, mes amis? Jackson Square, Alphonse Lanui, or Voodoo Shop? Hey, we guessed right! You know l'ami Alphonse, oui? Great guy, non? He always takes the time to chat with me. Lately, he seems anxious, maybe even frightened. He barely leaves his house anymore, not even to share a bottle of wine with his bon ami Aristide. Do you know what has made Alphonse such a recluse? The Herd of Algidi? Alphonse mentioned that name just before he started acting so strangely. You said these people attacked you, non? Then they might hurt Alphonse. Here, show him this symbol. He told me it was an icon of peace. If you tell him you received this from his friend Aristide, he will help you. I hope. All right.
All we need to do is show Lanui this sign? That sounds too easy.
Let's give it a try.
It's a trap! It's a trap! Once we're gonna show him the sign, he's gonna come out with a shotgun, blow our heads off, end of game, moving on. How many, I don't know how many case files there are in this game, how many missions there are, but it looks like with the way it's double stacked, we have done 5. This is our 5th one to this point. It looks like it double stacks up to 10. So we might have another, probably, if at that rate, 10 to 11 to 12 videos left of this. The door to Alphonse Lanui's store, he has locked himself away in there and won't see anyone. Let us knock. You knock on the door and can already hear the impatience coming from the other side of it. Okay.
Mr. Lanui.
Mr. Lanui.
I told you to go away.
No! I keep taking my finger FF. Dialogue? Hello? Mr. Lanui, we were told to show you the sign.
Ah, so you're requesting sanctuary. Very well. If Aristide vouches for you, you may come inside.
I talked to a dude on the street for all of 10 seconds, and I got given a sign of peace. I feel like there is an error in this judgment.
Now that I have a closer look at you, I must say you don't appear very much like assassins. What do you want?
Why would you be expecting assassins?
All I can say is that someone out there wants to kill me, and I won't take one step outside my house until I know the threat is over. Now answer my question. What do you want?
We're investigating the death of a friend who was murdered recently. The trail led to a member of the Herd of Algidi.
You consort with the Herd? Why, then you are my enemies, and the shop's ward should have prevented you from entering. I'll just...
Wait, no. The Herd are no friends of ours.
Is that so? Well, whether or not that's true, I fail to see what any of this has to do with me.
Hey, you have some magic power of talking without using your mouth.
A reporter named Rex Murphy pointed us to here and suggested you might have more information about them. What's more, Our late friend Professor Tillinghast mentioned you in her notes.
Tillinghast? You're friends of Wilhelmina Tillinghast?
Uh-oh.
Yes, just recently in Arkham we...
And you say she's dead. You actually saw her corpse?
Yes, that's why we're...
Oh, no. It's gone much further than I imagined. No wonder they're after me.
See, he's talking without using his mouth.
What's gone further? Who is after you?
Why, the herd, of course. They're behind all of this. Quickly, there's no time to waste.
What is this sputtering fool talking about? And the way he keeps interrupting you, how rude.
How rude.
Wait, just a moment.
I was actually thinking the same thing, how he keeps interrupting me.
Engelbert. He's my assistant. I sent him to infiltrate the herd and learn what designs they might have on me.
I will give this game kudos for coming up with some inventive names like Tilligist, Engelbert, Alphonse Lanouille. They have some pretty good names in this.
If Tillinghast is dead, I fear he might be next. I don't dare leave the protections of my shop. You must find him and bring him back here.
You're doing it again!
Take 2 right turns after leaving my shop. His house is the one with the red door, just past the cafe.
This is all too much. I bet he's just sending you on a wild goose chase to get rid of you.
All right, so we need to find Engelbert. Let's investigate the shop a little bit before we leave. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the exit right there. Let's buy some voodoo shit. Mysterious object. A mysterious object that attracts your attention. You have no idea what it does, but if it's in Lanouille's shop, it must be special. I feel like... Uh-oh.
Look with your eyes, not your hands. What are you, children?
Damn. I feel like as a voodoo shop, if he could have protection from the herd of Algidi members, we should be able to get some kind of totem or something to protect us from them, but I guess maybe that's would make the game way too easy. Hey, the music stopped. A mysterious object that attracts your attention. You have no idea what it does, but if it's in Leisha... Okay, so... Again, this is what I mean by there's way too much...
If you ain't buying, stop fussing about with the merchandise.
This is a part what I meant at the earlier part. This too much fluff, too much random crap for me to go investigate that is doing nothing but wasting my time. That like, but I have to go look at it all. I have to click on everything. Like, I don't want to miss anything, you know? Again, it's going to do the same thing.
Were you born in a barn? Did your mother never teach you good manners?
But we are going to investigate this. We're going to take that too.
Stop that. Of the million earthly artifacts mortal hands should never touch, that is one of the most baleful.
Baleful, good word. Baleful. All right, so we have officially touched everything in your shop. Let us go find Engelbert. Engelbert. Open the map. Were we given a clue on where Engelbert was? Find the assistant's apartment. Lanouille has a friend that often sits down alone taking notes. The assistant's apartment is past the cafe, so we need to go past the cafe. Does that show up on the map at all? Maybe it's this one right here. And this might be it here on the left. The door is already open. That's
There's
not
the
good.
red door. This must be Engelbert's house.
We eventually got there.
The door's ajar. Someone must have left in a hurry. We better take a look inside.
Hello?
This must be Lanouille's assistant, Engelbert.
That's an oof.
It's the right address, all right.
When will this trail of tragedy end? My death was only the beginning.
The body's fresh. The killer can't be far away.
I wasn't so sure about Lanouille's assassin story, but he was right. He could be next if we don't do something.
Be careful, friends. One who goes hunting for a tiger may learn that the tiger finds him first.
We should search this place first. Maybe Engelbert or his killer left a clue behind.
All right. Well, a coffee cup. That is not the clue. Lanwee's assistant. The body of Engelbert, Lanwee's assistant, lies before you on the bed. Blood pools beneath his limbs, not yet rigid in death. Defensive wounds along his arms and hands show he fought for his life, to no avail. Perhaps, there is a clue on his person. Search thoroughly. Fuck! Your pocket feels lighter all of a sudden. Some cartridges were stolen. You son of a... Red piece of clothing. Okay. I made a mistake and did not read that. So we found a red piece of clothing. What's that noise? What do you mean, what's that noise? I don't hear anything. Browsing the newspaper, you notice an article about a robbery case involved by local Inspector John R. Legrassi. You found a new item, Book of Healing. Engelbert's wardrobe full of clothes. Perhaps something else lies in there as well. Look through. Hey, we got one right. Among many ordinary articles of clothing, you find the raiment of the herd of Al-Jidi. Engelbert must have used it to infiltrate the cult. Okay. He was a spy. He was a cult spy. Cult spy. I think that's everything for this room. I'm going to go out here and maybe take a look down here. This looks like a culty room, but it's really not. A small painting of a mountainous landscape decorates the bathroom wall. The frame is slightly crooked. Perhaps someone places something behind it. I keep guessing wrong! Behind the frame, someone has tucked a scrawled peace symbol with a note. Show Lanwee when he's in doubt. Okay, so we didn't really have to find Lanwee's buddy. A white clawfoot bathtub filled with murky gray water. Perhaps something lies beneath the surface. In the bathwater, you find a sodded note apparently torn from a book. In lines of bleeding ink, you can still make out the message. Tell Lanwee, portal opened in the bayou. Okay, so we gotta go tell Lanwee about the portal opened in the bayou. This is the kitchen / dining room. A kitchen sink full of filthy dishes covered in congealed grease and hardened sauces. Engelbert wasn't much of a housekeeper, but you can't think of many places less likely to find a clue, which makes it the perfect place for one. Let's examine. I can't get this right to save my life! Hello? The oven closed and apparently little used. Perhaps Engelbert hid something inside. Again, I can't win. Looking inside, you spot what might be something useful. Yeah, we got bullets out of the oven. I swear, man. A stained and dog-eared recipe book lies on the counter. It's definitely seen better days, and it'd be hard to find a particular recipe without a search. But perhaps there's something worth finding in those pages. Read. If you wish to read this, you are more than welcome to. I am done reading recipes. That is all you. If somebody ever makes one of these recipes, please let me know. Goodbye. In the entrance, there's an old carpet. It doesn't look like anyone has ever bothered to clean it. Feeling slightly nauseous, you decide it might be useful to examine it more closely. A few locks of black hair have fallen on the floor by a spot of blood. Perhaps in fighting for his life, Engelbert left another clue to his murderer's identity. So we got red cloth and some black hair. So we need to go tell Mr. Lanwee that his buddy Engelbert has been murdered and is dead, and left a peace sign and a few other notes of no real consequence. Kudos to him for trying to spy on the herd of Al-Jidi, though. At least he didn't get turned into a goat, dude. All right, I think I remember my way back to Mr. Alphonse Lanwee. I wonder if I could have circumvented the entire looking for Where's Waldo dude on the street just by going to the apartment first. I already did all that. What? I must have missed something in the apartment. Time lapse. I want a sprint button! Okay, I missed something somewhere. Coffee cup. Clothes for Algidi. We inspected his body. Is there another door that I missed? Did I go around the corner? There's no corner here. Did I miss something in here? No, I did not miss anything in there. Did I miss something in here? Okay, I didn't miss anything in here. Ask around the cafe for information. Okay. Well, I'm going to do that in the next episode. I have to go ahead and end it here. I can't keep having... Oh, excuse me. Hour-long playthroughs because it takes me so long to edit. I'm trying to fit that around work and stuff like that. It just doesn't work. So we're going to go ahead and end it here. We'll ask around to the cafe in the next video. As always, I appreciate everybody that watched. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Again, I really appreciate you guys. I love you all. I hope you're having, again, a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. I have to go get ready for Alpha Nerd. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Want to get some music for this?
Nope.
How long did that go?
You said 30 seconds.
How long have I been going?
10.
Am I doing it right?
I have no idea. I'm not even
Is this
watching.
30 long?
No comment.